England is
It
through. Yeah, man, this guy.
it is what
Oh
it
my
is,
god,
man. I said it from the beginning. No
he's.
one listens to me.
What did you say from the beginning?
I said it's coming home. I said it. I said, yo, we're winning this. I said either France or England. Those were my two teams. Unfortunately, France is not there right
That's not
now.
where you said that. You did say you said France and England are the top two teams in the tournament, but you said England is definitely not winning this Euros. There's a quote. Your video's out there. It's out there. People have seen it.
I don't
People
understand what
have
you're
literally
saying.
people have seen it. But okay, so Italy's gonna play England in the Euros final. Uh, let's talk about it. But the last episode we had, we talked about how we wanted to see England play more attacking football, and we saw that in the Ukraine game. They won 4-0.
Hmm.
Just quickly, what were your thoughts on that game? Were you happy with what you saw?
Yeah, man. I was really happy with what I saw, to be honest.
Hmm.
Um, he made good changes, but I still don't understand why he played two DMs. But
Hmm.
it's Gareth Southgate, so he doesn't change his lineup, so he's gonna stick to it. You saw that Saka took a knock, so he had to bring on Jadon Sancho.
Hmm.
And then obviously in this game, you see that he brought Saka back on. So yeah, you can see based on his lineup and his squad, he doesn't really make changes. But England really showed their attacking prowess at that last game against Ukraine.
Hmm.
Shout out to my two United boys, Luke Shaw, two assists, Maguire with a goal, Sancho, we just signed Sancho. The day we signed him, the next day is in the starting lineup. That's the impact, Manchester United has. You know what I'm saying? We signed him one day, the next day is in the starting lineup. Like, you didn't expect him to. Why is Grealish not in the starting lineup? Because he didn't sign to Man United. If he signed to Man United, Grealish will. If Grealish signs for Man United tomorrow, he's starting the final.
All right, relax. What's funny is
I'm telling you,
going to the Denmark game. I feel like a lot of England fans were obviously overlooking Denmark because they're like compared to us, they don't have those players. They're not that team. But Denmark was. Yeah, I knew before the game, I'm like, Denmark's going to be a tough team to beat. It's not going to be like a walk in the park,
it's not
which
gonna
a
be
lot of people
easy.
expected.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
gonna be easy, bro.
a lot of people expected that, but it wasn't. And the first goal, with the free kick, disgusting goal, and it's the first goal England ever conceded. Then
The
again,
whole tournament.
it's not an open play, right? So England still has yet to concede a goal in open play, which I think is something to behold of this English squad.
But you know what I think? Looking back at that goal, the goalkeeper should have done better. That wasn't
I
in
was
the
gonna ask you that
that
actually. What do you
wasn't
think?
that wasn't in the corner. That was like, just right above the wall and it drops in.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So I think because he saw it late, he didn't position himself well to see the ball in advance, but he saw it late. That's why he didn't even look at the ball. He just put his hand in and he was just like, hoping to touch it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But yeah, like
Oh, okay. So you think Pickford should have saved that? Should have at
should
least
have
done better.
should have done better on that.
Hmm.
Definitely. If he
Hmm.
wants to become a world class goalkeeper, like he's trying to be, he needs to do better in those situations.
Not only that, but it seemed like because Pickford is obviously he's a young guy. He has a long ways to go to see what he's going to be in the future and everything. But you see sometimes what people talk about about when talk about Pickford, they always talk about this these little mental lapses, these dumb mistakes, and we saw a few of those in I believe the Ukraine game,
The
and then
Ukraine
this
game, yeah.
game, we saw it rear its head. We saw some plays that was kind of like and especially as a back line you want to
You
be sure that your keeper is confident in himself and he's playing confident.
and it's solid. Pickford is
Hmm.
solid, but he has those like you said, mental lapse, and his kicking sometimes he wants to try certain things, they don't work. But when he
Hmm.
kicks it long, it goes deep. But when he tries
Yeah.
to ping the ball to like a specific player, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, we saw that like either it goes long, goes out of bounds, or in the worst case
It goes
scenarios
to
it
another
goes straight to the opposition. Which we saw that
person.
happening. So stuff like that. And I think you have to factor in the fact that they were in Wembley. I believe it's full capacity, right?
Yeah,
You know the nerves, the nerves. Oh,
crazy, man, crazy.
It was so beautiful to
But
see,
I
man.
want to give a big shout out to Casper Schmeichel. Like in the
Hmm.
game today, like, he was immense. Like he did his thing. He tried his
Yeah.
best. He made mad saves, saved the penalty, but unlucky rebound. But like he did everything he could. You know what I mean?
Hmm. And that's
Big
literally
shout
what
out
you
to
want.
Denmark.
Yeah, that's literally what you want from your keeper. The way Schmeichel played is like it's in some games you have keepers becoming literally the best player on the field, even though they're not the ones scoring goals and doing this and that. And that was what Schmeichel did. Kept this team in it. In moments where we're like, yo, this team should be done and dusted, he kept them in it. And like you said, like Denmark, the way they play this whole tournament, it sucks that you guys have to be the one to eliminate them. But you can see when they were crying after the game, it's like it meant a
It
lot because they
meant a
made it
lot
this far.
because
They
they
made it
tried,
this
but they
far.
tried a lot. Like to take that game to
Exactly.
extra time. Funny enough, I only watched the first half, like I told you, like because I had to drive to Ottawa, so I missed the whole
Hmm.
second half and the extra time. I still haven't
Hmm.
watched the highlights yet. I'm just going off of
Oh,
what
really?
I'm just going
Yeah.
off of what like I seen and like what I've seen from the first half and what I see, what I'm hearing people talk about. So it kind of
Hmm.
reflects the whole game, right? Because I like
Hmm.
Denmark, they scored first, they played hard, unlucky with their own goal, but like a defender has to try to defend. You know what I mean?
I was gonna
There's
say
nothing you can do over there.
if he doesn't get a touch on it, then that
Sterling,
means it goes to
Sterling's tap
Sterling.
in.
It's a goal.
Yeah.
It's a literally tap in. Like and you see actually we can talk about that. But right before we should also talk about the fact that England, since as we said, it's the first time getting scored on this whole tournament. It was interesting to see how they would respond to being down a goal because we never
We never
saw it.
saw it.
We never
Yeah,
we never
the
saw it.
response I saw after the goal, I saw Harry Kane doing this, like keep my
Yeah, yeah,
mindset, keep focused. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Calma.
Exactly. Like
You can. That's a real
because you
captain
have to
right there.
understand
That's it.
their home. Everything is in favor of England right now. Like to be
Mhm.
honest, this whole tournament is in favor for England to win. So they're calm, they're relaxed. They're playing their game. They're not phased by the fact that they went 1-0 down. And like as soon as they went 1-0 down, they pressured Denmark.
Exactly. Because
Right before the goal, Schmeichel made a mad save where he opened up his body, point blank save with Sterling. You know what I mean? When you make that kind of save, bro, those kind of save can change
the
the
game.
the game. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, England was pressing, and then they got that own goal, and then
Not only that, it was weird because at the beginning of the game, England pressed so much, and Denmark was soaking up so much pressure. And in my head, I was like, "Yo, this is not the Denmark I know. This is you guys can play. Like again, you had that Wembley packed stadium. I know there's a lot of nerves and whatever, but they were soaking
apparently,
up. Yeah.
like they weren't like I don't think the Denmark fans were allowed to travel into England. So apparently, what I was in the commentator say was that like the Denmark FA reached out to all like Denmarks in England, right?
Hmm.
Send them jerseys, tickets to attend the game to support
Wow.
the fans. You know what I mean?
Because
So
there
like
was a
it's
lot.
crazy. Like a lot of like students that from Denmark that school in England got opportunity to go watch the game and support the country.
That's
Because
good.
Denmark played most of their games in Copenhagen, right, which was in Denmark. So they
Hmm.
had full home fan support and everything, but like not being able to travel, like stuff like that. So they had to at least shout out to the Denmark FA for like figuring out something just to make it like kind of just to give them some momentum, like some fans
Hmm.
there cheering them and stuff, right? Even though England had like mad fans in there.
But yeah, as I was saying, like Denmark was working on so much pressure. I'm like, this is not the Denmark I know. You guys could play, and finally they started playing, and then they get the goal, and then it's like, oh, okay, what is England gonna do now that they're down? And you almost saw Harry Kane, which is this is why he's such a great player. He turns into a distributor. He has other aspects of his game that makes an impact,
Like
on the match.
that's the thing with Harry Kane, man. Like people come, they attack him, but we all know the quality that he possesses. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? We all know the quality that he possesses. So it's like he got the most assists in the Premier League this year. You know what I mean? Most
Hmm.
goals, most assists. So he has that in his bag.
Hmm.
Don't sleep on my guy, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And when you get it to the when you get to extra time or even right before extra time, I think this is where at the end of the day it's England versus Denmark, and you're England for a reason. You have so many great players. Uh, Gareth Southgate makes it subs required. You have Grealish coming in. You have Foden coming in. Who else came? Grealish, Foden, Jordan Henderson came in. Like you, this is where you really see the quality. Okay, these guys are on the bench. Like now they're getting subbed
Exactly.
in. This is where you change the game. And having a guy like Phil Foden is so key because this is shout out to everybody else that got subbed on, but Foden, he's the type of player because he's also young, so maybe it might be naivete or something. But when he gets stuff done, he doesn't need to have time to get warm. He's doing what he would have done if he would have started the game, which is so amazing to see from a young player.